Welcome to another episode of the Growth Focus podcast, where we bring together leaders from all across the globe to share their time, their expertise, and their insights with us when it comes to growing a company in tech today. My name is Gary Lafferty, CEO and founder of the Growth Focus podcast and partnerships, where we bring together the authority and expertise of tech leaders and share that out to the world by the means of powerful, leveraged webinars and workshops. On this episode, we're going to be talking about growth via strategic partnerships, what's working, what's not working, and also how to stand out in a very crowded and noisy world. So stick along with us because we've got an awful lot to get through. So without further ado, let's get started and bring on our guest. Haiphie, it's an absolute pleasure having you here. It's great to see you. Why don't you get started by telling us who you are and what is it that you do?
Hi, my name is Haiphie Hua, and I'm head of strategic partners for CodeCloud.
Fantastic. So why don't you tell us a little bit about what is the company? What is it that you do as a company?
Yeah, so we help different businesses build websites, and we also do custom software development.
All right. So let's go before we dive into what's working for you and growth and whatnot. Let's talk about you. How did you get started? Let's talk about your journey. How did you get started in what you do and brought you up to today?
Yes, I love this question. I started as a salesperson, in sales and marketing, doing that for a couple of years. And then I decided to go get my master's at USC in communications and journalism, so I can include more of public relations and storytelling into my marketing. After that, I started in performance marketing in 2016. So I've been doing it for quite a while, almost 10 years now. And now I'm in this world of direct response, e-commerce, and we also deal with a lot of technologies in the e-com space. And it's such a fast, dynamic world, learning a lot about AI. AI is a part of our everyday life now too for our clients' projects and businesses. So we're
Well,
doing
we
a lot
can't
of
have a
AI.
podcast without talking about AI. So we're going to talk about that a little bit later on. AI always creeps into whatever episode we actually have. So I'm looking forward to talking about that. I want to dial it back a little bit because you mentioned two things there. Number one was performance marketing and number two was storytelling. Now,
Yes.
as a company that helps our clients with their presentations and their workshops, storytelling is an absolute must. It's an absolute skill that must be learned if somebody wants to stand out. From your insight, from where you see things, Ivy, how do you go about ensuring there's a story to be told with your clients?
I think just like what we did earlier, I like to know the reason why. Like, why are you doing this? Like, why are you starting your business? Like, what's so important to get you motivated to start this business and to go through all of the challenges of a founder? Like, it's not easy and a lot of stressful times, uncertainty. And so just learning the person's why and why they want to help people through their products or services makes their storytelling much more impactful.
Exactly. I totally agree with that because there's a story behind. The story isn't just for an
Yeah.
individual as well. A story is behind the reason for the product, the reason for the service. There's always a good story to be told. And I don't think enough
hmm
founders out there, especially in our industry of tech, is actually
hmm
sharing that story.
hmm
So let's talk about your everyday life, your title, Head of Strategic Partnerships. What does that actually mean? And what is it that you do on a day-to-day basis?
Yeah. So I've been in the performance marketing industry for some time now. And what I find is it's not just about direct sales, but it's building that strong relationships and partnerships and see how the two companies can align and, introduce each other's clients that way. So here at the company, we don't take any referrals or rev shares. We strictly refer our clients different technologies and companies and vendors with other companies that work really well. So I go out there. I do travel quite a bit to the conferences and I make sure to vet out these vendors properly.
So tell us a little bit more about that. So you're putting introducing people. You're like almost an introducer. Is that correct? Have I
Yeah.
got that right? Yeah. So you go out, you vet them, and say, "Hey, this will be a good referral partner for you," and
Yep.
form a partnership. So your company is global. I mean, you started off as a company, in India from small, humble beginnings to where it is now. Is that predominantly down to the strategic partnerships that you've done, or has there been another way of growth for your company that seems to have worked as well?
I think it's always been there. Yes, it started with two founders, Brian Hill and Kinkar Saha. So they first worked together. KingCar was actually a client of Brian, and then they kind of merged. They're merged together and really expanded it that way. And currently, we have over 600 developers and engineers, all located in India. But we have 4 offices around the world in the US, New Zealand, Australia, and also in India. And we just kind of really build from doing consistent good work and quality for our clients. And a lot of that is referrals from our clients. They'll introduce us to their other colleagues that they know that needs our services. And we just grew it that way. I joined the company over a year ago, but I know King Carr, the CEO, for about 10 years. We are really good friends, but I've joined the team, part of the executive team, to help bolster this division, to expand, to show other people that we we can really do good work for them and provide good insight. So my goal is to partner with the right vendors that can help our clients succeed and make more money.
So I'm intrigued to know more about it. I think it's fantastic from there, because there will be people listening and watching on this podcast leaders who run their own companies, and that they absolutely know that forming great partnerships rather than just referrals
Mhm.
is an important part of growth. What is it in your experience, Haiphie, that most of your clients, what is the biggest mistake they tend to make, or they take for granted, and that you've got to, repoint them in the right direction to get a good strategic partner set up?
Yeah, I think it's what's important is to talk to all of the executive team to look at their previous case studies to make sure that they have proven work that they can really get the job done. Of what we do, we help more e-com brands from A to Z to set up their e-com store. So first, of course, we need the website, the landing pages, but also we need to advise them of a really good fulfillment vendor, a really good merchant processing vendor, also a campaign manager, and also traffic for sales, right? So building a website is just one small part of the pie of the business, but what can make a brand from just selling a product to a real business is the whole infrastructure. It's very important that if our clients succeed and they have revenue going, they have net profit revenue going, they'll be our longtime clients. So for us, if we ensure that our clients build their infrastructure correctly, then they will succeed. So we will also can service them long term as well.
Absolutely. This is a case, really, from what I'm hearing there, is not just a case of saying, hey, I need a new ecom website. That's just
Mhm,
part of the puzzle. In order to make it work, there has to be a complete
mhm.
infrastructure of other people coming together to make that all work. Would you say that's very much one of the biggest mistakes people, or myths or misunderstandings, that a lot of new companies coming on board think, that they underestimate what is actually needed to grow?
Yes, exactly. I mean, having a great idea of like, oh, I have this great product, I can sell it. That's great, but that's just one part of the hurdle, right? And then you can't just slap a product onto a website and just hope and pray to God that you're gonna make sales.
Yes.
There's a system and a science. So when we talk to our new clients, we would tell them, do you have a media buying team? Do you have that in place? Or how do you plan to get sales? Is it salespeople, door to door? Is it B2B? Is it digital marketing? Is it affiliate marketing? What does your traffic source look like? So that's where I come into play. I've been there, offer owner myself, so I can help advise our clients accordingly. So I know the pain points. I've been there. There's, sleepless nights where it's like I set up my product on Shopify and was like, am I going to get any sales? I don't know. I'm doing this for the first time. I helped when I had, I did it for a company before, but I had a full team behind me. So it was just one part of the job. But when you're your own owner or founder, that's a different story. Everything is falls onto your lap. So, but then I will advise them accordingly. So that's my reason why. That's my joy to, especially the newer ecom owners when they're new to this. Like I'm very passionate to work with female founders. A lot of time they have an amazing idea, but they're just not as sure if they should do this. And I would just walk them through, like, you can do this. Here are the steps that you need to do. Have that in place, and you can make sales and you can do great.
Yeah, absolutely. It's make sure, as I said, having a great idea, being product or led service first is
Hmm.
one thing, but you do need the backup for it and making sure you've got everything else in place as you
Yeah.
knew when you went into it off a founder. I
Yeah.
want to talk about AI. What's changing in the world? What is happening at your end when it comes to AI that you're seeing that has really helped businesses' growth today?
Yes. So we're getting a lot of inquiries right now to help with AI workflow automations into their businesses. So that's been really interesting. And I think that's a great thing. AI is not going to take people's job, right? It's going to help, I think, the person do their job faster. I think it's all great things. I think just like with anything else, we just have to adapt. Just use it as a tool for our advantage. So I love AI and I use it every day.
Yeah. So, as we all do now, as we all do now, it's just getting every day. There seems to be something new to learn, and it's great. And getting the team together as well. And going, oh, what did you learn today? So let's talk about how the e-com market has taken a tremendous leap forward over the last 3 to 4 years. We've all seen it. We've all seen e-com literally launch itself, especially with Shopify and things like that. Where
Uh-huh.
do you see the next sort of 3 years of e-com, 3 to 5 years? What does that look like in your world?
Yeah, it's been so fascinating to see the evolution of e-commerce. Now, speaking of AI and how that has changed into the e-com world, I'm seeing a lot of AI customer service technology, like Gorgeous is one, that is embedded into their Shopify stores or their e-com stores. So you don't need to talk to a customer rep anymore to, make a refund or exchange on your product or make a complaint about your product. You can just go to, your e-com site, let's say the e-com store. And a lot of these brands are using AI customer service, and you can just ask quickly FAQs, like I need to change. I don't like this product. I want a refund, or I want to purchase more. It's all now AI automated in some way. So I think servicing the customer, just keep having the customer in mind of what will make our customer's journey experience amazing, and so they will stay as a customer in the future and buy again, making it easy and frictionless.
So if we talk about, as you know, where do you see the e-com market growing? How big a market is it? And how much more is there? Because there'll be some people listening who are looking to come into this world as founders, as developers, as engineers, thinking, have I missed the boat? Has the e-com boat really, got to saturation point now? Or do you believe there is so much more to come?
I mean, I believe that there's room for everyone. You just have to do it right. And what is your how does that brand and product stand out from the other similar competitors? So you just have to really know, like, who is your customer target demographic? What does that look like? Who are you trying to sell to? And why does this product is different from the others? So once you know exactly precisely who that customer is, what your brand is, you can sell it better. But I believe there's room for everyone. So, and e-commerce is not going to go away, and you can't rely on brick and mortar stores. Like, you can't rely on having only like a retail storefront. You have to go online because people are there. That's where people are buying. And a lot of the traffic online is on mobile. So you just have to do it to just survive
Yeah, we've
and
really
thrive.
seen a massive shift, haven't we, from fixed to laptop to now cell and mobile. That a majority of stuff
Mhm.
now is done on the move, irrespective of what type of business it is. So it is a fascinating topic to keep an eye on. For your
Mhm.
final question, Ivy, I've got one last thing. It's a bit of a loaded question. It's one I ask all of my guests from
Mhm.
that. You've always had a great career. You've grown through it and doing various things to where you are today. If you had to give young Haiphie a piece of advice, one piece of advice, what would it be and why?
Wow. This is a beautiful question. To enjoy the journey. And one of my amazing friend in the industry, her name's Anka, CEO of MaxWeb. Yeah. I saw one of her podcasts today on Instagram. She says, enjoy the climb. Remember to enjoy the climb. And that's so beautiful. Young me, I'm a daughter from immigrant parents who escaped Vietnam after the war on a boat with nothing more than the clothes on their backs. So they gave me this amazing opportunity here to be born and raised in America. They risked their lives for it. And my mother just passed away 2 months ago, but I'm doing it for my parents and their legacy with great purpose and integrity. And young me was so worried of like, my parents never, like, they don't come from, we don't come from like families of generations that's been here. So it's kind of like my first time to make it here. And I didn't know if I could make it. And I really stressed out about it. But now, fast forward many, many years later, I can say, hey, girl, it's all good. Enjoy,
Yeah.
enjoy the climb, enjoy the journey. It's okay. I think as long as you know what the purpose is and your reason why, and a game plan. It doesn't have to be all mapped out, but a little bit of some kind of sort of game plan.
Well, what a fantastic ending to this interview. Haiphie, it's been an absolute pleasure having you here. Thank you very much for sharing your time with us today.
Thank you.
Not at all. And thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us for yet another episode of the Growth Focus podcast. And by now, you know what I'm going to say. If Haiphie has said something that you go, oh, that's really interesting, make sure you like it. Make sure you comment at the bottom there so we know what you're picking up. But more importantly, please share these episodes with other leaders, share these episodes with other people who are in the business as well, so that we can all grow together by standing on the shoulders of giants. So until next time, keep working hard, but more importantly, be profitable, and we shall see you on the next episode. Bye-bye.